Hi, and welcome to the InteGREATive Coach. I'm Kathy Iwanowski, and I'm a nurse, a life transformation coach, artist, and Reiki master. I've been a nurse for over 40 years, and I've been doing Reiki and other types of healing work for the past 6. I'm located in the Denver metro area. Have quite a few clients that I've been working with over the last 6 years who have been looking for purpose and direction, trying to overcome inner child and younger child issues that they either do realize or don't realize that they've had, and how I have used different kinds of processes to help them to kind of become more aligned with their soul's purpose. In this particular episode, I wanted to talk about the root chakra. I know there's a lot of Reiki practitioners and other energy workers and lots of literature out there, as a matter of fact, that talks about whether to work from the lower chakras on up, starting with the root chakra, or working with the upper chakras and work their way down from the crown chakra or the top of your head. What I've kind of found over the last 6 years of doing this particular work is that the root chakra, I think, is the most logical place that I've worked from and seems to have really good results. The root chakra is located at the base of your spine. Like I said, it's the first chakra. What I've come to find from my practice is that the root chakra deals with our sense of security. If we have fears, we're having panic attacks, we're dealing with financial issues and problems, we can't seem to keep money, or we don't attract money at all, these type of things. And then also I've noticed that there are other chakras that are greatly affected, especially by the things that may be unresolved from our inner child or younger child time here in this lifetime. And then, to my surprise, which to other people might not be a surprise at all, but to me it was, is also recognizing that there are people, when I'm working with them and on them, that past life experiences seem to come through also. As a matter of fact, when I talk with my clients, I tell them, that when you've been working on yourself for quite a while, and you feel like you've done just about everything, you feel like you're pretty cognizant and aware of your own inner child, younger child, things that you want to bring up, resolve, release emotions around. I have come to realize that there's also past life stuff sometimes coming through. This past life information that I sense can be just related to that particular client that I'm working on. Tell people that they came into this lifetime with soul contracts or spiritual contracts. That particular one might be just about them from past lives that they've had, that they're working through things that were unresolved or that affected them, seem to be triggers in this life. But I've also come to find that the clients may also experience a couple of other levels going on. One of them may be to clear ancestral karma. Ancestral karma, I have found, can be related to all kinds of things. So it could be things like alcoholism or abuses of any shape, size, or form. It could also be just a thought process, a belief system that seems to continue on through generations within a family, even if times have changed significantly. And then finally, the third level that I've come to find is that clients may have signed a soul contract or spiritual contract to help with the release of our collective karma. And there are even people that I've recognized that I've been working with, that they have signed a soul contract, a spiritual contract, to take on all three of those things: their own work, the work for their ancestors, and the collective. The root chakra is associated with the color red. And so in ways that can be helpful to someone is to use the color red first, right? Wear red on the lower part of your body, over the lower back, the lower very bottom of the pelvic area. So if you were going to sit on the floor and your tailbone was touching a surface, just think about that surface area and putting wear red or put red on that area with the intention of at least becoming aware that this is the chakra associated with the things that I just mentioned. It's going to take possibly some time in order to start becoming more aware of possibly what is going on, what is affecting the root chakra. Again, that root chakra, where that area is, can also affect our physical structures in that area. Maybe you have some pain, other types of problems going on in that area. Think again of that surface that you're sitting on, where your tailbone is, and that can give you some kind of a highlight there. If you're having fears and insecurities, panic attacks, that seem somewhat unsubstantiated, but also maybe substantiated. Maybe there is definitely something going on, but it definitely could be related to what's going on with the root chakra. Another thing that I've noticed is that the root chakra can also issues with it can also be recognized by some other chakras. So the one that I have found to be very closely connected with it is the throat chakra. And we'll talk more about the throat chakra in another episode. But I just want to bring it up so that if you are a person who is experiencing as a adult, you're out from under the household of your parents. You're not living underneath their rules now. You can express yourself without having to live up to their expectations. And let's say that you are finding that you don't speak up for yourself. You don't even know what to speak up about. There's maybe words that you just don't have the words. What you're finding is you're constantly having emotional outbursts, so to speak. Maybe not saying things the way you wanted to say it. Maybe having more emotion behind it than you wanted to have. I have found, like I said, that this can often be associated with that younger and inner child work that might need to be done. And that there's triggers there that can come up for us. So let's say, for example, we get triggered by the way somebody says something, their tone of voice, their look on their face, their body language. Maybe it's their words. Certain words trigger us. It also could be, again, that we're expecting something from another person, place, or thing that we're not maybe aware of why, how, when, that type of thing. And maybe, again, don't even have the words to express it. So there are other things associated with the root chakra that you can do some more studies on. There's different kinds of gemstones that can be used that have certain attributes to them. When I do my crystal work, I use it for the color. I don't use the stone or the rock or whatever because that particular stone has that particular energy or intention to it. What I've found through my years of practice is that the stones actually speak to me. Usually the color, the intention is already there. The intention is already there for the root chakra. And then the stone or the rock, as I'm looking into my container of several of them in different sizes and shapes, they will kind of give me a sense of this particular client, this particular stone would work with our intentions for the health and healing that we're going after with that particular session. So anyway, if you wanted to look up gemstones or stones that have particular attributes that would go along with root chakra clearing and balancing, please feel free to look further into that. It is important, and what I have definitely found is that work is almost critical. It's so important. If we can look at, if we can become more aware of those things that might have happened to us when we were younger, or when our inner child was trying to express itself, get its needs met, right? So the root chakra, again, is about our sense of safety and security. Did our needs get met? I have had clients who, in doing their work, have told me, whoa, I was surprised. I was kind of expecting one age group that I experienced that is the one that didn't get what it needed, only to find out that I had a couple different age groups that didn't get to express themselves, didn't get to experience the things that they were hoping to experience. Just recently, very recently, I even had an experience, lots of root chakra stuff going on, physical, some emotional. I was trying to figure out, I was doing some basic processes to help with that, and finally decided I need a little more help here. So I ended up, doing a little more research on some advanced processes to go along with clearing and balancing the root chakra. Put red across that area. I meditated or reflected upon what is going on. I asked my root chakra, what is going on? Why are we feeling this way? What do we need to express? What do I need to help you to express? What can I hear from you, so to speak? And so I'm doing some research on advanced root chakra processes, and I come across the connection of the root chakra to another chakra that I really had not heard of, was not aware of, called the thymus chakra, which is located above the heart chakra. So heart chakra, thymus chakra, throat chakra. Well, that was a light bulb moment, because as soon as I saw the word thymus, I started crying. It wasn't boo-hoo crying. It was just this light crying, a few tears coming down the side of my face. But why it hit me so much is because I had my thymus irradiated for being enlarged when I was born. As soon as I was born, during that particular time, they irradiated thymuses. They didn't quite understand what thymuses were for, which it's a gland that is very beneficial to your immune system. And I was blown away. I was just blown away. And I went in and researched the thymus chakra a little bit more. And it said to use the color turquoise or aquamarine. Went and grabbed some turquoise, sat in my recliner chair with turquoise on my thymus chakra and red on my root chakra. And I just sat there and again reflected on, why was that emotion coming up with the thymus? And what ended up happening is that I started crying again. And again, not this boo-hooing, which I've done before with clearing, and so have my clients. But it was a sad, deeply sad emotion. The tears were just rolling down the side of my face slowly. And all of a sudden, I saw myself as that baby being irradiated. And in my head, I heard, please don't do this to me. Please don't do this to me. Yes, it's enlarged. It's okay. I don't need it. I don't need anything done on it. And the sadness was from being conscious as a newly born baby that this was not what I needed nor wanted. But being nonverbal, all I could probably do was cry, it was irradiated. So I just let myself go with the feeling and giving myself, my younger self, that little baby of me, emotional support in my mind's eye, through my heart, of I'm so sorry that you were not able to express yourself. You probably knew better than anyone what that was, what that was all about for you. Now I want to bring up one last thing. I knew when I was a child, I don't remember what age, but my mom told me about having my thymus irradiated. And okay, had my thymus irradiated, didn't think much about it. Of course, I'm a kid. Again, when I was in nursing schools in my 20s, I was notified by the hospital that had done it that they needed to do follow-up. This would have been 20-something years later, so they needed to do follow-up for the government. And what they were, turned out they were looking for was, apparently there was a higher incidence of thyroid cancer with people, babies who had their thymus irradiated, so that's what they were checking on. Again, I'm in nursing school, I'm like, okay, I understand that, and, we'll go and have that taken care of. At none of those, nor any other time in between now and almost 40 years later, 40 years later, did I ever have any kind of cognizant awareness of that episode until recently. I can say that with just reflecting on that, with giving my own self, my younger baby self, that outward heart chakra love and understanding, continuing to work on the root chakra clearing and balancing, I can say that over a week's time, there has definitely been improvement. I would not be surprised if at any other time in my life, there still might be some more stuff that comes up regarding it. But I'm okay with that. And I think that is the last thing that I just wanted to talk about regarding any of the chakras that we're working on by ourselves and with the guidance of someone like myself. Is that the more that we can understand that is some of what's going on. I'm not saying it's everything. I told you I have a nursing background. I'm not saying that everything that I'm working on an energetic level is the answer. I am saying it is an incorporated part of it, however. And I do feel that the more that we can understand the things that might be going on for us that affect us in body, mind, and spirit, the more we can handle the type of things that do come up. And sometimes the things do come up several times. It's like going around the mountain. I live in Denver, I talk about Pikes Peak. If I went around Pikes Peak once and I look down, I see Colorado Springs, I'm going to go around the mountain, I'm going to see Colorado Springs again, right? And it'll be from a different altitude. And in this concept that I'm talking about, that kind of stuff then also has a different kind of attitude that can go along with it too, that can be so beneficial to our health and healing. I hope that I'll have a chance to talk more about some of these things, or if you have any questions or comments that you would like to make below that I could answer or that we could explore together, please don't hesitate to put it there. I love learning, and I think the more that we learn, the more that we know about ourselves, the more we can be better people, our best true selves in our own lives and as a part of the lives that we engage with, whether it's at home or at work. All right. I hope you have a great day today. And I hope that what I shared with you is just a little bit of some help, some guidance, some information that you either might not have known before, or maybe you just needed to hear it again just for today. All right, thanks for joining me, and have a great day.